Hello everyone, welcome back to the part 2 of the video tutorial about JSON and Java. In our previous video we have covered the basics of JSON, basically like what is JSON, why do we have to go with JSON, what are the different data types JSON has, what are the syntaxes are, and some of the quick examples. In this video, part 2 video, we're going to cover quick example of how do we deal with JSON in Java using a JSON library. So JSON is a very popular and efficient Java-based library to serialize or map Java objects to JSON and vice versa. So it's been used for converting JSON strings into Java objects or Java objects into JSON strings. So it's annotation based library. It's help us with faster development. For that matter, most of the applications and libraries today are annotate based. So in this video, we will learn the very basics of JSON. So we're going to talk about three properties: JSON property, JSON ignore, and JSON ignore properties. JSON property is an external property name which a developer can provide for any JSON string at the key level. Usually JSON takes the name of the variable as the name for the key. If you want to explicitly mention any specific name, you can mention using the JSON property. JSON ignore, this is used when you have a Java object and if you want to convert into a JSON but you want to opt out some of the objects which doesn't want to come as part of the JSON, then you can use at JSON ignore. At JSON ignore properties is basically more than one property you can mention at a class level. So we will quickly move on to the example demo application. We're going to create a simple Java application and adding a JSON dependencies. We're going to create a set of POJOs and then we're going to convert the Java objects into JSON and JSON into Java objects. So here what you see in the right hand side is the example. We're going to pick it up for a complete demonstration. So before we move on to this, we're going to create a very small simple Java conversion based on the example we saw in the part 1 video. So what are we going to what are different dependencies we need if I'm using Maven for using JSON? So important one is JSON data bind library 2.8.8 as of now, as on today, which I'm going to use. So this is going to help us out converting binding JSON string into objects and object back to JSON string. And the one you see below is a library from json.org which help us print the JSON string on the screen. Otherwise it looks usually a long one-line string. So let's quickly move on to the application before we touch base on the when JSON is not a appropriate data format to use. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen here. So as you see, this is a ready project, so we're going to go through that as well. So before that, we'll quickly create a simple Java project. So let's do that. JSON demo example. I'm going to create next. I'm going to create finish. So I have a basic Java object. So I'm going to just convert into a Maven. I created a Maven. Finish. I had to add two dependencies, which I'm going to do that. So I have it here. I'll copy it from the ready-made project so that I can quickly cover it up here. So I'm going to the pom.xml. I'm going to copy the dependencies, the first two dependencies. I'm going to the first two dependencies. I'll paste it in my JSON XML, so which helps us out with I'm going to close the dependency. So I have two dependencies added, so I'm going to close this without saving. I don't want to touch anything in that project. So okay, so now the JSON Maven dependency I've added. So let's quickly go to my, I'm going to create a new one package. So edu.video learning dot JSON demo dot main. It's just a main package. So in this, I'm going to create a simple main method class. Let's say JSON example demo. I'm going to create a main method in it. So this is just a main method. So let's quickly start create a simple class called a weekday. This example what we saw in the previous video, or I can actually call it as day of the week. So in this, I'm going to have only three properties: private, string, name. I'm going to have private integer week number, and I'm going to have private boolean is weekend. Is weekend variable. So I'm going to just quickly create getter setters for them. So generate getter setters. So I'll just quickly create that. So all set. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to create a simple Sunday object. So I'm going to create day of the week. Today is Sunday is equal to new day of the week. I'm instantiating the class I created below. I'm going to set Sunday dot set name as Sunday, and I'm going to actually set Sunday dot set weekend flag as true, and Sunday dot set weekend number as 1. I'm going to consider this as today. So now this Sunday object is ready. So I'm going to convert this into JSON string. It's very simple. All I have to do is I have to instantiate object mapper class, which is coming from JSON library. I'm going to create a mapper object equal to new object mapper. So now object mapper has been created. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this mapper. I'm going to just say string pass JSON string is equal to mapper dot write value as string. So of the object, I'm just passing the object here. It just want to convert object into a string. As you can see, it's actually throwing an exception called JSON parsing exception. For now, I'm not going to handle it. I'm just going to add to declaration in the main method itself. So I know I'm giving a valid JSON string here. So I'm just print it. So sys out pass JSON string. So I'm just printing it on the screen. Okay, let's run it. So make it quicker. So run the application. See, as you can see, so I got a name Sunday, week number as 1, and weekend as true. So and it's been enclosed within the braces. That's why it is actually it's an object. Now, if you want to add, for example, if you want to make it as an array, so in that case, that is also possible. Quickly, I'm going to create one more object. Actually, I have to instantiate one more object here. Let's call it as Monday. So I'm going to set same properties to Monday as well. So as Monday, it is not a weekend. I'm going to set it as false. I'm going to set the day as 2, and along with this, I'm going to actually print the second one as well. So I'm printing, I'll first print Sunday, and then I'm going to print Tuesday. So I'm going to print the Tuesday, so I'm going to print Monday here. So if you run it, I'm going to get two results. One for Sunday, another one is for Monday. So that's simple. So if you want to create it in an array, So all I have to do is I'm going to create a list, simple array list. I'm going to create day of the week as the type of the list. So I'm going to say week is equal to new array list. So I'm create a new array list. So for day of the week. So that's going to help me out with so week dot add Sunday, and then I'm going to add week dot add Monday. So if I add Sunday and Monday, and if I convert week as a JSON string, so I'm going to convert again. So let's quickly do that. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to convert again the same variable. I'm going to convert the week. Sorry, I'm going to convert the week, and I'm going to print it. Let's see how that's going to show up. So I'm just converting into the week. Let's quickly run it. So I'm going to save it, run it. So if I run it, as you can see, I'm going to get three values. One is this object, Sunday object. Second one is a Monday object. As you can see, the third object what printed here has two objects in it, followed by a square bracket. That means it is an array. So that's the basic how you can convert object into a JSON string. So let's go to our example. As I said, so here is the JSON we have used to convert. So this JSON is an organization object which has a name as ABC organization. Head office is in Bengaluru, India. It has 5 employees. So Abhishek, Rajesh, Prashant, Ashok, and Vijendra, myself. And then it has a different employee objects which has been enclosed in an employees array, and it has a location object which also has a key value pair. So in our example, I'll just quickly go in. I have created pojos here. The one for the organization, that's what this organization represents. This object has name, head office, employee count, and a list of employees and location map. That's what this structure is about. And then if you look at the root object is the one, if in the JSON, this object. So where I have a bracket starts from here, that's the root object. The root object only has one organization in it. So, and then if you go into the employees, and employees has a list of, has a set of properties with name, designation, and office location. So before we look at this example, I want to quickly show one more sample here. In our previous example, let's say this is printing as name, like weekend, so because the name is exactly like that. If you want to change it, you can always change it by using the annotation as I talked about. So for example, if I want to display it as a week name, I can just say JSON property. I'm going to mention it as week name. That's all. So I've just run it. It's going to change. It was name before. So now when I change it, it's going to change it to week name. So that's that simple. So let's quickly go back to the ready-made example here. So what I'm going the main program is I'm actually creating I'm building an organization. I'm actually creating it here. So I'm just setting all the values for all the employees and adding into the list, and I'm creating a map. I'm creating all of them. So once all is set, I'm actually coming and creating a organization. I'm setting into root object. I'm converting the root object into JSON. So once that is complete, in the second part of the in the program, I'm actually converting a request JSON file into a root object. So that's converting back to the object, and I'm showing an example. So all these examples are available in our GitHub, and links are provided in the video itself. So I'm just running it quickly. So there you go. So as you can see, it's print the object really well. That's what the magic done by our JSON.org library. As you can see, I'm just using new JSON object at pass to string by delimiter by 5. This is what is doing the magic. And the second one, I'm just printing what is the value of the objects also using a toString method implementation. So I'm going to quickly show it here. So I'm having an object has an organization which has an ABC organization and head office and everything. That's that simple JSON conversion is. So we will see in our future videos, we're going to talk about how REST API is going to use them, how fast we can process them. Okay. Moving back to the last few slides of the presentation, concerns of using JSON. When JSON is not a right data format to use. When it comes to security, JSON is not a good choice because in XML, we can have a secure exchange of data using a SOAP payload, which is not possible in JSON. And some of the languages like JavaScript, if you use JSON, the error handling is not that good. So it's going to die silently. We will not. It becomes a nightmare to figure it out where the problem is. And it's more data focused and cannot achieve enhanced features like, I cannot mention a namespace, I cannot mention attributes, I may not be able to provide comment sections in the JSON or in the JSON itself for us to deal with it. Okay. So wrapping up, to conclude, JSON helps data exchange much simpler and provides better performance. So let's move on and go from XML to JSON. Here are the quick reference links which I have used to create this video, and you can go through them as well. It's also available in our websites for your reference. Thank you very much again. Feel free to share this video with your friends, as well as if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And if you like this video, don't forget to click on like button. Thank you very much. Have a good one.